pretty interesting moment on the Sunday shows. Capital gains, of course, is being proposed. The Biden administration wants to raise it up to 43% or so, which would almost double the capital gains tax rate, which is basically where you are taxed at that rate if you sell a stock after nearly 1 year of purchase. This is the way that the vast majority of people who are very wealthy in America are able to pay much less of an effective tax rate than the rest of the country, small business, normal income owners, etc. Chris Christie, who might be running for president, weighed in on it. Let's take a listen.
What Sarah just talked about, the capital gains issue is nothing more than income redistribution. It's socialism. Joe Biden's proposal to do that. Let's remember that investment income, they've already paid taxes on it. You paid taxes on it before you invested it. And now you're going to pay taxes on it again at the same rate that you pay.
But a difference in the rate, it changes the capital gains tax into socialism?
Sure, of course it does. It's redistribution of income, George. And I just want to warn everybody out there, wait until you see what happens to your retirement funds.
Oh my God. This is classic. Look, I've always liked Chris Christie's rhetorical affect, but I always have to be reminded as to what exactly he's standing for here.
That's right.
And this is a good example, which is that, okay, Chris, have fun. If that's what if you're gonna run on, raising the capital gains tax rate is incredibly popular, like overwhelmingly popular.
Well,
and
yeah. The Biden administration, the last proposal I saw, it wouldn't even apply until you're talking about capital gains over $1 million.
Yeah, of course.
So it's not like you can even go and, they always do the thing with the estate tax, the death tax, that they find one family farm that's going to be impacted, and they make it all about that.
Farms are actually even written out of the tax. It's kind of amazing.
They can't even, you can't even make that case. You're talking about people who are gaining more than $1 million, and you're saying that's socialism. I mean, his definition of socialism there is literally any taxation.
I was going to say, so it's like, wait, do you not support taxation? You're from New Jersey. You want to go and learn? At the same time, I bet you would also stand for the salt cap or something like that in order to bring it back for his own state. Did he enact any taxes while he was governor of New Jersey? It's a great question.
It is interesting what you say about him, though, because I do think he's, in terms of as a political performer, I think he's incredibly talented. I think he's maybe the most talented person that the Republicans have on their side. And he's got this gruff Jersey thing. We all remember him, Hurricane Sandy, and how he took charge and he was wearing the fleece and all of that stuff. So he's got that vibe at the same time that he's aggressively busting teachers' unions and holding out these sorts of super cringe, uber capitalist type takes on the capital gains tax rate. So he is a very interesting collision of, the working class blue collar affect meeting a totally plutocratic economic agenda.
I saw him on the trail in 2015 and was blown away by him. He had a couple of standout moments in New Hampshire and more. Look, his campaign obviously was all basically doomed from the start, given Trump, but it was always very interesting to me. But just in case, because I see Grover Norquist and many of these other Republicans talking about the capital gains tax rate. Look, the market dropped on the same day of the capital gains tax rate, erasing your 401k. That's just not how it works.
God forbid the market drops.
Just so you all know, let's put this up there on the screen. Just so you know, there's no relationship between the changes in the capital gains tax rate and the S&P 500 returns in the year of change. The last time the cap gains tax went up in 2013, S&P 500 had a stellar year. So there's the empirical proof. What Chris Christie is saying about your retirement account and all of that, it's not even true. And so in terms of what this does is it dramatically increases revenue from the richest people in our society, which again is overwhelmingly popular, not bad for the market, good policy, and therefore has no real argument against any of it. And so I think it's a very apt and interesting thing to see Chris Christie going to Matt for it. And I thought it was funny that they laughed straight in his face.
Yeah.
I don't even think Trump would stand this hard. He would just do it like his White House would do it, but he wouldn't be like, this is socialism. Any politically astute person knows it's just total nonsense.
Maybe, although he did recently in a Fox News interview say that his greatest accomplishment was the corporate tax cuts from his administration. So maybe, I don't know, hard to say. But I mean, look, the bottom line here is people look at this and say, why should wage earners be taxed? Why should my money that I make from working, doing whatever I do, be taxed at higher rates than you just playing with money, rich person on the stock market? And that's the real question here. So you can call it whatever you want, but I think most people would call it what is obviously right and fair. So tomorrow on Rising, Jennifer Holsworth-Karp and Rachel Bovard are here for Team Rising.
And the president of the United Mine Workers of America, Cecil Roberts, he's going to discuss the switch to renewable energy. Remember to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our videos. Don't forget to like and share as well, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Have a good one, guys.